I'm Claire from Created the Ottaway. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up in the UK. Thank you for joining me. I'm really excited and really appreciate you spending some time with me. This is part of my weekly craft along video. We are going to make something super simple but super exciting. So this is a screen divider card. I've decorated the back, quickly show you. What do I need to say about it? It's simple. It's really simple to make, so you're going to love making this. Why did I decide on a screen divider card that's really simple? Because Stampin' Up have got this most amazing new catalogue coming out for you guys in May. It's available to demonstrators now and we get to pre-order, which is all really exciting because we get to see all this new stuff. We can play with a selection of it, order and play with it. But it does get a bit overwhelming. It's like you've got new stuff, you've got to make something amazing with it. And actually what I tend to find is if you go back to your old favoured cards that you've made many a time in many different patterns, just start off with that. That's what I do. I start off with a simple design and then I sort of play with that, and that leads to more ideas and designs. So I can't show you inside that. If you're in the UK and you haven't got a demonstrator, get in touch and I'll see if I can help you out with a catalogue. If you're anywhere else, Stampin' Up is all over the place, all over the world. Grab one of those catalogues because you will be so glad you did. It's absolutely full of just the most loveliest products. So back to the screen card. Now, I have a confession to make. There is some stencils in the new catalogue that makes this really beautiful rose. I'm really into blue and white china. I've got a lovely big white dresser with blue and white china stuffed full in it. And I really wanted to make something that was blue and white, and there's this new colour out from Stampin' Up called Basic Beige. Is it just beige or Basic Beige? I don't know, it's beige, which is really lovely and really elegant looking. So instead of white, I've gone for that. And what I did is I've cut a piece of card one size, then I've stamped all over it and then cut it into slices to make the screen. Now, what happened with that is it turned into a really long video. And really, once you've sort of seen me stencil one flower, all I'm doing is turning it and stenciling it in another place. And it just gets a bit boring to watch. So what I'm going to do is show you the basics of the screen card with some equally beautiful paper, but we're not doing the stenciling. So you can go away and you can look at the stash that you've got, or wait for the new catalogue and order the new stencil and make it exactly the same as this. So what is involved with this? Not a lot really. I've put the sizes there for you. Literally we're just using an A4 sheet of card. You can screenshot that if you like, and we're just putting some panels on it, just of coloured card and patterned card, and that's it. It's really simple. This is quite a big card. It fits in one of those narrow tall cards. Oh my words, they've gone like that. Hang on, like that. So that's how it would fit in, or however you fold it. But when it stands on the side, it's a real display card. It's really beautiful. The other side I've just stamped all over, and I've added some die cut pieces of card that are quite pretty, so that you can write your own personal message, stamp a sentiment on there and then stamp a message. The front, you can't really see it on camera, but I've actually picked out some of the detail with a Wink of Stella brush, which is like a glitter brush. And this detail here, I have used my absolute favourite from the new catalogue, that Unbounded Love Dies. If you're a follower of mine on Instagram or Facebook, you'll see I've made loads of things with these, and will continue to. I think it's going to be one of my all-time favourite sets. There's a bit of stitching, a bit of detail on it, just lovely beautiful shapes that come out. And the stamp set that goes with it is equally lovely words on there. So they are coming soon to you very much. They're coming to you very soon. The Layers of Beauty is this rose, which goes with this stencil pattern here. I'm not going to hang about too much on that. I'm going to get to the make. So A4 card, and then what I've done is punched. I've got a punch that's this shape. Stampin' Up! Have had loads of different ornate label punches. Just pick one that you love. I've just punched that in each size, and then the top. Now the top could be a bit tricky. So I've got a die that does this shape and stitching. That's an old Stampin' Up! Die. It didn't come out as amazing as I thought. What I do is I fold it in half, run it through the die cutting machine, and it cuts both sides. Now it does, because you're folding it in half, it's got one side that looks like it's the right way and one round the wrong way round, but you don't notice. I promise you don't. But if you don't like that, if you like to be more precise, what I would do is die cut it on a separate piece of card and then just add it to the top. So you could do it in the same colour, and that would just give it an extra layer, or you could do it in the coordinating layer. I'm going to try and die cut it all in one go again this time. Right, let's get to the paper. So I'm using one of the new in colour papers. I'm just going to move that now because hopefully you've got the sizes. Pretty in pink, and it really is pretty in pink. Look at that, it's beautiful. And then one of the papers that I'm going to use is from this set, which is the Unbounded Beauty again. And it's got this lovely pink pattern that I'm going to use. But it's also got some beautiful other colours in there. So you can pick through and find which one is your absolute favourite. Now, because it's Stampin' Up, they're two-sided. They make it so tricky. It's like, which side do you use? I'm not sure. I'm going to go with this pink, and I'm going to layer my card, my pretty in pink, with white, okay, just so that it's got a nice edge around it. And that's it. Really simple. So let's go back to the coloured card, and the sizes that I need. So my A4 card is this way round, and I'm just going to do some scoring. And then you'll be like, what? That's it? But it really is. Okay, so A4 card, longer side at the top, and we are going to score at 7.4 centimetres. Now, I know that's a bit of a weird size, but what we want to do is chop our A4 into panels. Now, you could just fold it in half, but I've got a trimmer. I might as well do it professionally, or try anyway. So 7.4. So I'm just using my scoring blade. Make sure that cutting blade is out of the way. Then 14.8. Can you hear the excitement in my voice? It's just literally because there's so many lovely things. I'm like, quick, make this one right. Now make the next thing. Love this time of year with Stampin' Up. Next one is 22.2. So I will do that again. 7.4, 14.8, 22.2. And that literally gives you your 4 panels, and that's it. You haven't got to do anything else to the screen card. So if we fold it in half, like so, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to run it along through my cut and emboss machine, and I've got a die that's going to cut along the top. So I'm just going to pop and do that. Okay, so this is the die that I used, and I've used a bit of washi tape just to hold it in place, but can you see it's got that really lovely stitch detail along the bottom? Okay, just like that. And then hopefully I've put it through twice. Oh, my light's gone off, so I'm just gonna cut that off rather than pull it. That's it. So literally it's just that tiny edge along the top that's been taken off. And if I fold that back out, Can you see there's die cut all the way along? I'm just going to do the score lines. Now you could just punch some shapes along a piece of card that's the A4 length and then stick that on. That would give you a nice contrast as well. You can make this card as easy or as hard as you want to. So I'll do that one as well. So I'm just making sure I've got a nice edge on my card. That's sticking. Okay, so now I've got that. Okay, so what I need to do now is just punch the shape in the bottom. Now luckily the punches that Stampin' Up do fit exactly the width of this card. So all I need to do is make sure that it's lined up right in the middle either side. And also what I'm doing is I want it to look like it's got legs. So I'm not punching the whole thing. I'm punching it sort of 3/4 of the way. Okay. So about there. I'm just going to move it over a bit. So I'm just making sure my card is lined up there and there. Make sure it's level. And then punch. So you've got like half a bit and you get that leg. And then I go along again and I do the same again. This feels quite like, oh, is it going to be level? But there's no rush, is it? This card's easy to make, so you're not rushing yourself. Crafting shouldn't be stressful. If it is, put it away. Go and do something else for a bit because it's not meant to be like that. Okay, 3, and then the last one. Ooh. Okay. Just like that. So that is my 4 legs done. Okay, so that just stands now like that. Ta-da! Okay. So let's do those panels that come across. So I picked the pink paper. It's 12 by 12. Okay, it has got a certain way up, I think. Although now I'm not so sure because the leaves are going down and up. So I think it could be an any way up paper. So the panels that we're going to do first are the white ones. So let's do those first. So they need to be 6.5 by 17. So if you wanted to do what I did on this one, what you need to do is do 6, 12, 18, 24, 12. You need 26 centimetres by 17 and just do it as one big piece. Stamp all over it, whatever design you want, and then chop it into 6.5 inch panels. Now, shall I show you what I mean by that? Well, I don't think I need to because this is just white. Actually, I just told you that wrong as well because this is the layering card. So this one you can do as 6.5 by 17 per panel. So let's chop this paper at 17. And then I can just do, because this is the layered coloured card, so it is 17 centimetres. And then we need 6.5 inch panels. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so they're my 4 panels. Now when it comes to the patterned paper, if you're going to do the stamping, you need one big piece of card to stamp all over. So I'll cut this exactly as you should for that, and then I'll show you what to do to make it into panels. So this needs to be 6, 12, 18, 24 centimetres by 16.5. So 24 centimetres is there by 16.5. 16.5. So that gives you a really nice size piece to stamp all over or do whatever you want to make a really lovely background, which is what I did with the roses. If you're just using patterned designer series paper, you now just cut that into 6 centimetre pieces. So 6 centimetres. 2, 3, and then the last one should be the right size. Anyway, so let's get rid of that. Now we're just gluing it in place. So I'm using Tombow glue because it's got some wiggle room, which basically means that if I put it on, I can sort of slide it around a little bit. And if you aim your glue downwards at a right angle, you don't use so much glue. And also put your paper on the desk rather than holding it up and trying to stick glue all over it. So there's one panel. Okay. Well, that's really pretty paper, isn't it? I was a bit unsure when I opened the pack. I was like, it's quite nice, but it's not my favourite. But actually, seeing it there on a panel, it's really beautiful. I really think it looks elegant. Loving this Unbounded Love set. But I haven't really played with anything else, so that's probably why. I'm hooked. I'm hooked on this one. There's a really, really lovely aeroplane set. Really lovely, but that's going to be the same, I think. Once I get it out and start gathering ideas for it, I'm going to be just obsessed with that. Feels like Christmas and it's April. What a lovely feeling. Okay, and then this one is the final one. It is such a simple card. You could resize this to fit the envelopes that you've got. It's so simple to make. You're just adjusting the panels. What I did think about doing as well was doing smaller panels and then using these bits down the bottom so it looks like a piece of panelling. You know that panelling's all very much in at the minute for decorating your house. Well, you definitely could do panels on here and they would look amazing. So now all we need to do is just stick this on. And we are practically there. I told you it was an easy card. It shows off the beautiful papers to really good effect. I'm not so sure about the die cutting along the top. I don't think I'm so happy with that. So I might remake something to go over the top or even instead of. So look out on my Instagram or my Facebook to see if I've made a different design to the top. Okay, this is lovely paper. This would be perfect for a friend, someone you love very much, just to say hello. A thank you card. Don't think we give enough thank you cards. I love a thank you card. Like if I get a thank you card in the post, it really makes my day. It's just something nice about somebody thanking you for something, especially when you didn't expect it. Like it was just something that you did because that's you. So give more thank you cards, that's what I'd say. Okay, the last panel is this one. And already you can see how beautiful that looks. This pretty and pink colour is so lovely. Okay, and that is it. Okay, like that. So that will just stand. Now, what did I do for the sentiment? So I used the dies. Let me show you on this one. So what I did was I layered them. So I've got one of these, okay, that I've die cut, which is this one here. So it's got some stitch detail, and then there's this one that just cuts out that shape and an inside bit, which looks like that. How beautiful is that? And that I just stick on. Now the happy birthday, I think, was in this Unbounded Love set here. Now that's a little bit more tricky because I actually thought it would stamp across, but it was too big. But I really like the font on it. So what I did was I stamped it, and then I just very carefully fussy cut round, which I know is not for everyone. If you didn't want to fussy cut, you could just put it across and that would still look lovely, but that's how I did that. And then on the other side, I stamped the rose all over. So just all over. So what am I going to do on this side? I think I might do the same. I might have a look, see if I've got this pattern in here somewhere, or I might actually do the rose because it's very pretty. You wouldn't notice that it's not the same pattern as the front, and just stamp that all over. Because if you just give it like that, it looks a bit boring. It looks like you've done loads of effort on this side and then you've given up on that side. So make sure you decorate the inside as well. I'm not going to do that now because I've waffled enough, but pop to my Instagram page and you'll see it finished. I'm going to stamp all over that, add those two die cuts to the middle. One is going to have a sentiment on and one is going to have my personal message on, and I'm just going to put that there. I decided not to go across the two because you end up with a bit of a fold, so that's why I did that. And the die cut bit along the top, the one I used is that one, and you can see it does look okay. I like the shape of it, but I might experiment with a few other bits as well. So I am going to say ta-da and leave you with that. A super quick make. And let me know how you get on. If you've given it a go and you loved it, let me know. If you gave it a go and it wasn't for you, let me know. It's good to chat all things crafty. If you like what you've watched, please subscribe to my channel and I will catch up with you very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.